Hey, welcome to another episode of Legion Elite Motorsports. I am your host, Isaiah, and today we are going to do some Diamante things. And when I say some things, I mean a lot of things. This episode actually took quite a bit of time to put together, but she's looking good, she runs happy and quiet. So let's dive in. There's a lot of fixing to do. Okay, also upgraded the overflow bottle because the Evo 8 radiator that's in here actually was spitting some fluid out from the overflow. So it didn't have a bottle. The original bottle broke, so I actually put this one in here. Universal, but it works extremely well. Have a little bracket there. You can open it up here and look at your fluid. Looks great, looks green. And there's a little sight window there. Overflow spit out right there. Not bad. I think this whole can was under $30, I believe. So I had to upgrade that, and that works perfectly. In here, getting her done. Taking out the old, putting in the new. Oh yeah. All right. Got a little hectic, but when I got comfortable, the welds came in pretty good there. All right. But under the car, popcorn. But anyway, it is 100% sealed and ready to go back up. So let's get that sucker in there. So now that the exhaust is done, at least the issue with the flex pipe up front, it had a huge exhaust leak. It sounded weird. It downed the performance. So that's repaired. So now the car feels more powerful, and I also have the MyVec controller on, so now it doesn't die at 4,000 RPM. And with the exhaust that's on it, it's a little loud from this little guy. So this car actually came with an interchangeable exhaust. So let me show you guys that, and we're gonna swap it out right now. Of course, you can't get the full volume on the TV right now. So trust when I tell you this thing here would definitely grab attention and tickets, something you don't want. So here's a HKS piece that pops right in there. Takes a 12 and an 11 millimeter to take it off. A couple seconds, and it quiets it down substantially, like a lot. So we're gonna do a sound test with this guy. And it also reduces, because the exhaust is factory 3.5 exhaust manifold, and then it goes into 3 inches. This reduces it back down to 2.5. So it'll be a little bit more back pressure, which is good for bottom end, bad for top end, but not going anywhere in a hurry. So let's pop this bad boy on. Okay, so under here, I made it to where you can use a bolt to take it off over here. That's the only modification I did. And this V-bang clamp was already here, so all you do is take this V-bang clamp off, which is an 11 millimeter, and take this guy out, which is a 12 millimeter, which, let me see if you can see it, right there. So yep, you do that and you can change out the exhaust. Quick, fast, and easy. Okay, screamer pipe is out. Regular 3-inch with nothing on it. And the HKS exhaust is on. As you can see, V-band clamped, bolt popped in. Right there. All right, and now we're gonna see how quiet it is and how all of these spider webs are gonna disappear. Now that's quiet. Let's give it a couple revs and see what it sounds like. Also, here is the controller for the Myvec. And basically when you reach a certain RPM, which I have it set to 4,000, you'll see a blue light come on here showing that it's working. So that actually works pretty good. And then now all I have to do is make the wires nice and pretty, and it'll be good to go. Also, the last problem that I've been having with this car, which is fixed now, but there's an issue where the only window that works is the driver's side window. And even when you push all of these buttons, none of the windows work. Your headlights don't work. Your intermittent wipers don't work. Nothing works. And thanks to the previous owner of this car, we actually found out what the issue was. Rather, he found out. So I replaced the module that's on the driver's side, which is over here. And that is incorrect. It's, I believe, this one I replaced. That is completely incorrect. It's actually the module that sits over here on the passenger side. Let me show you guys. Okay, so we're on the passenger side of the car here. And if you take this trim off, take the little snaps out of this one, you have to replace this module. This module dictates whether the headlights work, whether the door locks work, whether the windows work, whether the intermittent wipers work, all of that stuff. And as you can see, the part number is right there. And this 100% fixed my problem. When I was driving the car before, there were no check engine lights. There was nothing. Now the car seems more alive and aware of, everything. And all of the windows work, sunroof works, intermittent wipers work, headlights, high beams work, fog lights, all of that stuff works now. So, yep, make sure you change this piece right here. Part number. All right. And that will fix the long problems that apparently nobody can fix. We're gonna change the fuel pump, something a little stronger, and we're gonna take out the original fuel pressure regulator for an aftermarket one. I have it set up, and it is technically ready to rock and roll. We just have to take the old stuff out and put in the new. So we're gonna start with the fuel pump, and then we'll put in the aftermarket regulator. So let's get to it. Okay, first things first, we got to remove the back seat. All right, so little hook in the front, simple enough. One on each side. There we go. And just slide this bad boy out. So next, we're gonna have to dig into this panel, and below it should be the fuel pump. Okay, and with the 4 screws out, you can see the fuel pump assembly. So we're gonna take this line off. We're gonna unplug this one, unplug this one. There we go. And then we're gonna get a little pick, pop that out. And then we're gonna squeeze this and pop that out. We should be good to go. Then after that, I believe these are 7 or 8 millimeters. Take all of those out, and then boom, fuel pump will be out. Okay, so here's the original unit. To take the feed off, you have to use basically needle nose pliers that are shaped like a C, so you can squeeze the clip and pull it off. So that was done. Now we're gonna take the old unit off, find out which side is positive, which side is negative, and hook it up to the new pump. And new filter, and take it from there. All right, so after a little messing around here, we got that bolted on nice and tight, new wiring, new sock, ready to rock and roll. Let's put it back in and test it out. Alrighty, so before we cap it all up, we're gonna fire it up, make sure we have no leaks, and take it from there. All right, so it's alive, no leaks. Let's cap it and move on. Okay, so now we're in the engine bay. Excuse the mess, but we removed this hose, and this is our return line here. So we take the vacuum off, which is this guy right here. And then we have to take these 2 bolts off, that one there, and then there's one at the bottom. And then we should be able to replace that with the unit previously shown. So let's get this out. Let's see what we could do. Okay, so we removed the return line there. Now we are ready to take this this original fuel pressure regulator off. All right, out with the old and its weird bolt pattern, and in with the new 3/8 hose. Keeps it simple. So we're gonna take that and put it right there, bolt it down, and we should be good to go. Okay, so everything is connected. So we have that line coming from the rail going to the fitting there. This line is going to the original return, which is right there. Yeah, we're technically ready to start and adjust our fuel pressure. Alrighty, so we have it at exactly 40 PSI. We got new lines going from and to. Yeah, everything is working the way it should. It revs and does everything it's supposed to do. So that is one set of issues fixed. And with that being said, we're gonna call it an episode right here. She is done, she's happy. I hope you found this video informative. Of course, there's a lot of information that is not online, or YouTube rather, about this car and this weird engine, at least in detail. So I am happy to provide as much as possible, so stay tuned for more. Remember, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and I will see you guys next time.